Good evening, friends. How are we doing today? So, here we are, almost a year later, still talking about how, like, voter IDs and other methods to control fraudulent or possible fraudulent acts of proper use for voting is racist. The one thing that stumps me the most is how these liberals are saying that voter ID is a sign of racism. And I've done a little bit of digging in to try to figure out exactly how. Maybe there's something I'm not realizing. And everything that I have come up with has basically said that these liberals, in fact, are the racist. In layman's term, they're calling the black community stupid. That's the bottom line. Because they're saying that by making mandatory state issued IDs for voting only, that blacks don't have access to the internet to be able to purchase these IDs online if they cannot make it to their local DMV center, that they don't have the knowledge, they don't have the comprehension, they are too poor to pay for internet service, or they are too poor to keep time on their phone. What were a few others? Those are pretty much the bottom lines on what these people were saying. That blacks are too stupid to go to the DMV, or they don't know how to they don't know how to find the DMV. That was another one of them. So they're too stupid to go online or grab your smartphone and order a voter ID from the internet. They are too stupid to be able to find your local DMV, which can be accessed through your smartphone or your computer. Just simply go to your smartphone, go to Google or Siri or whoever your internet assistant is, and ask where the closest DMV office is from where you live. Very simple. Google, where's the local DMV office? And we have access to everything we need to know in the palm of our hands. I just recently moved, and I needed to find out where everything was: the DMV, the post office, the local fucking grocery store. You know how I found it? I sure as hell didn't walk around town mindlessly for half a day until I found it. No, I hop on Google Maps, and I found it. It's that easy. But these liberals, they don't think it's that easy. Or it's too easy. One of the two. So, by everything that I've read, all these videos that I've seen, by saying that mandatory voter ID is a symbol of racism from conservatives, is in fact them saying that blacks or other minorities are too stupid to be able to obtain one. The next thing, which this one might stir the pot up a little bit, but think reality, and I'm sorry if I'm hopping around a lot. I just got through on a 5-hour drive after working, even though I have a short shift today, but I have a herniated disc in my back, and my job is very physically demanding. And that on top of being in a vehicle for 5 hours, I'm in a lot of pain right now. So please deal with me, or work with me, or understand, whatever the fuck. You get the idea. There's the other idea on how these liberals are saying that voter restriction is an idea of racism, is how Georgia said that they are not going to hand water to people standing in line for hours to go vote. That would be considered a courtesy. It's not necessary. It's not a constitutional right. It's a symbol of courtesy. These people have chosen to express their Second Amendment by going to vote, which they have a God-given right in the United States of America to do. Our employers are mandated to give us time to go vote. So if you're at work, you work, let's say, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and polls close at 8. That doesn't give you a whole lot of time to get off of work, get dinner, go vote, go to bed. Or go vote, eat dinner, and go to bed. So you talk to your manager and tell them, hey, I'm going to go vote. By law, they have to give you the time to go to your local polling station. There we go. Okay, I froze up there for a minute. By law, they have to give you the time to go vote. Whether they give you an extended lunch break, whether they give you an extended break, or during downtime, you go and leave for a little while. But it is mandatory for every employer to give its employee time to vote if that coincides with your time at the office. So back to the topic of Georgia not handing water out to potential voters who are standing in line for hours waiting to get to their polling station. Now, I've been all across the country. Growing up, I've been everywhere. So I know that Georgia can get very hot. But nowhere does it say that anybody, city officials, county officials, state officials, voting poll officials, cops, anybody has to accommodate your needs, your wants. You see, when I stand in line outside of Target, let's just say, on Black Friday, which end of December, it's cold. Depending on where you live, it's either fucking cold or you're cold compared to your normal weather. Now, let's say I'm out there standing in line from 10 p.m. until 6 a.m. And I am freezing my ass off. My dumb ass forgot to pack a lunch. It's 3 o'clock in the morning and I am starving. Am I going to yell at Target or am I going to yell at the city for not offering to buy me a lunch? Or make me a lunch or hand me a lunch? Hell no. Am I going to sit there and cry racial indifferences? Nope. Oh, but wait a minute. I'm white. It would be white privilege if I were given food while standing in line. And if I didn't receive food and I started complaining, I would be complaining about the delusion of my white privilege. That shit there too, that's another topic. It fucking makes me laugh my ass off. But if you're going to stand in line during voting season, which voting season is it? November, right? everywhere in this country, voting happens the beginning of November. So it's probably not that hot outside to where a beverage is a necessity, where you're going to be outside under the baking sun. You're not going to be dehydrated. It's going to probably be cooler. Now, Georgia, cooler, we're probably talking, what, 60s? And for me, up in Snowville, Minnesota, if it was 60 degrees in November, I'd be out there in t-shirts and shorts. But to the Georgians, I'm sure that's cold. I used to live out in California. I understand. When you're looking at 90s, triple digits during the summer, and then you get 50, 60 degrees in the winter, yeah, that's cold. But it's not warm to the point where I'm going to die if I don't get water while standing in line. So we're talking 50s, 60s, maybe on a good year, we're talking 70s. Good year, good week, whatever the fuck. Who gives a shit? This isn't the fucking weather service. So we're looking at between 50s and 70s, depending on how friendly Mother Nature wants to be. I'm going to stand in line to vote. I'm going to be standing in line for a long time. Self-preparation, maybe? Maybe I could carry a backpack and put 2, 3, 4 drinks in it. Or carrying a shopping bag. Have a couple of drinks in there. Or maybe if I don't feel like carrying something. Because yeah, you carry 3, 4 bottles of water after 5 hours. It will get heavy. Maybe a good idea. Either have somebody on standby. Have somebody in a car at the parking lot. Even if it's 2 miles down the road. Sitting around waiting. Hey, I'm hungry. Come bring me some food. I'm in front of the dollar store. So now this person would either drive or walk down in front of the dollar store, find you, go over there, hand you your food, your drink, or you'd simply call up, hey, I'm getting really thirsty here. You want to bring me some water? Want to grab me a soda? Right now I'm standing in front of the dollar store. Line's moving really slow. They'd come by, drop it off. But no. You're racist because you won't give these voting people, prospectively black voters to be precise, you won't hand them water. Somehow that has been your problem, Georgia. It has become your problem that these people weren't prepared. That these people expect you to hand out, to serve them hand and foot. So, if anybody can think of any other ways that liberals are trying to say that conservatives, I'm sorry, like I said, I've been on the road for 5 hours. It's 10 o'clock at night. I've got to knock out some homework. My mind is not exactly at full capacity right now. But let me know in comments what other ways conservatives are supposedly trying to control voting through methods of racism. So we got voter ID because liberals say that blacks and other minorities are too stupid to find the DMV, access the DMV through the phone or computer, and because the state is not offering public services to a majority of its citizens being black, they are racist. I want to hear what other ways, what are your ideas? What are things that you know? Because as I try to look up ways that this bullshit actually is real or not real, imaginary. Those are the only two things I really came up with. So until next time, people, I will see you on the flip side. Peace out.